Welcome back, my dark memes, to the WTF News. The anime slash gaming? Yeah, now, like I said in my last WTF News, that anime and basic gaming have been intermingling so much that at this point I don't even know how to differentiate them anymore. If you see it on the title, that's basically what it is. And plus, this game is basically a game and anime. But before I begin, the WTF News is about spreading the word of what's been happening, what's going on in anime and gaming. And also, so it's not me about taking credit, it's just me helping. But if you want to basically support this, support the WTF News, please like and subscribe and share the video. But especially like, because that basically lets YouTube know that you're basically like this content. But it's right, YouTube's not even gonna bother with me. It's so hard on here. Need to find some way. But either way, yeah. So, and also, just later, I do have 3 versions. Basically, I have an anime version where I talk about anime, and then I have gaming, which I talk about gaming. And then there's the rare anime and gaming, but at this point, it's starting to get a little bit more common for the anime and gaming. And today, we're going to be talking about Genshin Impact and what Mihoyo has been doing, well, mishandling their, basically, game. And if you don't know what this is happening, and if you don't know, Mihoyo is basically a company who created Genshin Impact, and it's been and I haven't made, and it's problematic since it first came out, which I'm amazed how basically nothing has changed since this game came out. I mean, and it's been a while since the Genshin Impact, and I saw this video on basically Noble of Lost Palace, his second channel. Yes, he does have a second channel. It does exist. So I will leave a link to his second channel because that's where I got this information from, right? And basically what's been happening is that Mihoyo is causing problems for their fan base. I mean, literally, if you have not heard, basically Genshin Impact is basically a game where basically grinding is a pain and money is what runs the economy in there. I mean, the last event to get a new character got them $12 million in sales, and they are not even bothered to basically provide adequate items for their player base, and just giving them trash items, which makes no sense. There are some good ones. There is one good one, but that's basically all they got off the game, which is people have a problem with. Basically, it's not even in the game. It's basically off the game where they have competitions where people can play to win, and they can only get a chance to get some of the items that are good. I mean, and some of them are just trash items anyway, that everybody already uses them. And some of them who are just free to play basically don't even bother using some of these items because they don't even have characters worth a dang to freaking use them on them. I mean, there's some, I'm not gonna give you. And there's, like I said, one item, which I can't remember, that gives you 2 10 rolls. But 2 10 rolls, and which, like I said before, I have been hesitant to play Genshin. Before I continue, I've been hesitant to play Genshin, but I do like that game. It does have potential, but the downside is that it is basically a place where whales and people who spend money go to basically waste their money on basically gambling things. And which is basically has been prevalent in the gaming industry for so long that a lot of us literally was going against this, and we're still worried that this game Genshin is basically really good, but the fact that it's happening like this, it's kind of worrisome that it might affect the rest of the game community, which I hope it doesn't. Like I said, I like Genshin Impact. It's a good game. It's just that the grind and the items there is just way too expensive there. It's just heck, one of my friends was talking to another person saying, "Oh, you should do this," and say they must update this game somehow so people can get some items fast. And basically, that person say, "Oh, well, that's what you think." But look, I've seen the evidence around YouTube. I've seen all the evidence. I've seen how basically has overpriced items, and you have to grind for a month to even get a chance to roll a 10 or a 1. I don't know which one is more expensive, but either way, it was a pain. But back to the topic at hand, Mihoyo is basically doing competition there on their offs, which is not even on the game. And just to let you know, please go to Lost Palace's channel. I will have the link in the description so you can get the information because he explains it better than I am. Well, like I said, he's a funny dude. But so please support him. But either way, let's get back to the topic at hand. Yeah, and where it goes down a list of different different things that you can compete, but you can only get a chance to win. So basically, if one of them has a 10% chance, well, the rest of them basically get 90%, basically get nothing. Then there's another one where you can, another percentage you get a chance, and the rest of them get basically effed over, and it just keeps going on and on and on and on and on, and it's just a pain in the butt how this happens. It's just, I don't know what's going on here. I mean, I want to play the game. I have my I want to play it on my console, but the fact of the matter is that Mihoyo has been like making this way too expensive, too hard for free-to-play players, and I don't want to spend money on it to support this kind of thing because, like I said, I like the game, but I don't want to support a game that has like so much grind in it, and that's basically strongs arm you into getting characters. I mean, it's great that you're playing free to play. People can play free to play. It's just gonna take a little bit longer, but still, Mihoyo needs to realize that they're basically basically making their player base like getting more and more upset. I mean, the only people who are trying to make sure that the people who are still going to play this game are here getting the game, helping to get by making their art, which I'm glad for. But the fact of the matter, they are just free advertising for Mihoyo, and Mihoyo knows that. So basically abusing the fact that, oh well, these guys will keep coming back, and these artists are giving us free advertisement, and it's just a very unhealthy relationship. I mean, I'm amazed how long this game has lasted without some sort of controversy like this happening right now. I mean, it's lasted all the way this. I'm surprised that nobody complained about. Well, people did complain about the grinding situation, but still they didn't do anything. Moy still doesn't listen to us. Controversy of everything else, how the game is still a little bit, the content is drying up. The content wasn't there in was it in Zhang Li's version where he had his friend there, and now we have this kind of situation where basically Moy is just gonna, hey, why don't you do this competition, but you only get a chance to get items, which it really upsets me, to the fact that this company makes so much money in one day from an event, and yet they don't want to even spend the resources just to give back to the community. I mean, it literally makes no sense to me, and upsets me to the brink to no end, knowing that this company is just effing over the community. I mean, it's only a matter of time before the community decides, you know what, this is not worth it anymore. I cannot keep doing this, and I'm going to be moving on. I mean, there's other games that are coming out that basically have more in there than this game does, and plus they're more fair, and there's some games on the horizon that basically are going to be very, very, very nice to play. And there's some games that I want to play on the channel that there's one that I'm going to be playing on the channel when it comes out, hopefully, but still getting funded, so I'm gonna hold back on that. Maybe I'll play that, but for right now, Genshin Impact, I wanted to play that sooner or later on the channel, but the way that it's going, I just don't want to play it and just start grinding my butt for days just to get it. I mean, if you watch me play Fairy Fences, the only way I won that game is because I lowered the difficulty in an area that I had currently. So, if you think about that, I don't want to freaking spend my time grinding my butt trying to get to highlight, and this is going to take longer for Genshin Impact. And at this point, I might just, if I ever do play it, I'm just going to play it offline. I'm not going to play it for anything. It's just sad to think that Mihoyo is just basically taking advantage of the community, and the community is just trying their best to make Genshin Impact great, but in the fact of the matter is, people who are still playing this game, please pay, use your wallets, let them know that they can't just keep doing this. Don't spend money on events during these events, because the last thing you guys want is to basically support this kind of thing so that they will keep doing this. The reason why they're still doing this, why they think they have the upper hand, is because people are still paying for the events. That's the reason why they're doing this. It's all the bottom line. Speak with your wallets, because these big companies will only listen to money. It doesn't matter the community, and it doesn't matter how many times the community complains, if a company is willing to just take the heat just so they can get more money out of the community, they will. Talk about it in your basically. I'm not saying to boycott the game. Yeah, I'm not saying to do that. I'm just saying that you should just at least not pay during the events. When an event comes up, do not pay for it. Just let it be. Plus, all the characters, it wouldn't even matter even if you get the character, because you still gotta grind them up before they're even usable. So yeah, just make sure that you play with your wallets. Just don't bother with the events, and they will start listening. It's all about the money here, people. And Genshin is literally basically the most expensive game and most gambling game that I've seen, where it literally basically has way too expensive stuff to play. Seriously. I've seen others, and even they're not as egregious, and those are being careful because they know that if they piss off the community, they're going to get a backlash. And right now, Genshin needs to get a backlash right now, because at this point in time, I don't know what they're doing over there, but they need to listen to the community, because right now the artists are the only thing keeping the community in the game. Because I've seen the arts, and oh boy. But either way, it's just Mihoyo needs to start listening to the community, because it's only a matter of time before they push the community too far, and this is one of those times that they're pushing the community too far, with the fact that they're basically not bothering. So yeah, anyone in the Genshin community, please spread the word that you should not pay not pay for the events, and let the Mihoyo know that if they're gonna keep doing this, that you're not gonna give them their money at all. I mean, I will give you an example of one game that basically people want to pay for, and that's Warframe. Compare that to this one, and I would rather play Warframe than Genshin, because at least Warframe, people want to pay money to play that game. Because they basically, Warframe gives you the content that you want. I know it's a dry times sometimes, and sometimes they don't give out the best stuff, but they do try to make sure, and they listen to the community. So if something bad is happening, they will listen and they will take action. Well, Genshin, so far they have barely listened to the community, and they're not doing anything, and the prices are way too steep here. So yeah, there's no comparing these two, and I hope people will take action here. Mihoyo needs to take action, and the people need to take action as well. I'm not saying to boycott it. I'm just saying don't bother with the events, and don't bother paying for anything in there. Just play the game as a free-to-play player, and be done with it. Alright? And that's all I have today's at WTF News. Hope you enjoyed today's video. And if I missed any information, please let me know down in the comments. Let me know what your ideas are to basically help Genshin to actually be a game for everybody that can play this without having to grind and pay for it. And also, please go look up Noble's video. I will have the link down below, so you can go and see for yourself what he says better than me. But I just want to let you know that, like I said, this is about spreading the word, and just go to his video and support him as well. Right now, please comment, subscribe, or I know I said this, but I want to let you know. Comment down below what you think. Subscribe to Gentleman Dark Army. Like the video, so that way this video can get recommended a lot. And also, what was it? What else? And also share the video, because it really helps me out. And yeah, I have nothing left to do, so that's about it. So for right now, my dark being is dismissed.